Welcome to the Queer Code. My name is Amon and I am a bi-trans man.
And I'm May, a bi genderqueer. Please note that we fully support the boycotting of all J.K. Rowling's works, including Harry Potter. So, let's begin.
Do you know what just happened to one of the Heartstopper actors?
Yes, I know. A day or 2 days ago, they announced that Sebastian Croft is going to be the voice actor in a Harry Potter game.
Yeah.
And this was a very big backlash.
He got cyberbullied, he got attacked
Yes.
and shamed, got all these malicious comments.
And people judged this without knowing the details. Like when I heard it, I also got a little bit mad, but I was sure that there are details that I don't know.
You remember what happened to Kate Connor just a few months ago? Like, it's not even a year had passed when angry internet trolls stormed Kate Connor. He was accused of queerbaiting because he was holding hands with a girl. Like, so ridiculous. He was forced to out himself publicly, a teenager, just to satisfy these internet trolls. And now it's happening again to another Heartstopper actor, Sebastian Croft.
Yes, well, it seems that Heartstopper fans are a bit more toxic than we have thought.
Yeah, but what I read, but I've been seeing in Sebastian's case at least, I don't think that they are all Heartstopper fans. They're just some people who happen to stumble by this incomplete information, I think. So let's
Yes,
take a look.
incomplete.
Look at this, big news. Heartstopper actor announced for controversial Harry Potter game Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is the latest extension of the Harry Potter universe and one of the biggest and most controversial video game released on 2023. Many LGBTQ plus fans plan to boycott the game due to J.K. Rowling's views of trans people. Of course, like she is transphobic. Ahead of its release in February, it's been confirmed that Sebastian Croft, who played Ben Hope in the LGBTQ plus coming of age drama Heartstopper, will voice the game's playable character. Hogwarts Legacy has also been criticized for including characters which have previously been accused of relying on anti-Semitic tropes. You know that, the goblins. But this really disappoints me that Pink News go ahead and publishing this information without, like they could have asked for Bash
Yeah,
or
they
Sebastian.
should have asked him. Yeah.
They didn't even bother because they know that it would like create headlines, it would create anger out of people.
Some people don't even care about the details. Like I just saw someone on Instagram. His apology is bullshit basically. He said that.
Really? What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, but I mean,
Because
like,
because they say that Harry Potter was controversial and problematic even before J.K. Rowling
oh, please, like, get
showed
over
her
yourself,
transphobic.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it
but
was an apology before if JK even read it. I know, like, I mean, it's in her mind, it's already problematic, but a lot of people, like these informations weren't available back then.
I didn't know that either. Like 3 years ago,
Exactly. I mean, like,
and
let's,
I'm
yeah.
almost the same age as Sebastian. So
And he was 17 back then.
yeah,
Well, let's get back to it later and let's see what he has to say about this. This is what he wrote on his Twitter account, Sebastian Croft. I was cast in this project over 3 years ago, back when all Harry Potter was to me, was the magical world I grew up with. This was long before I was aware of J.K. Rowling's views. I believe wholeheartedly that trans women are women and trans men and are men. I know far more
so
than I did 3 years ago and hope to learn far more in the next three. I'm really sorry to anyone hurt by this announcement. There's no LGB without the T. I think it's very genuine.
Yes.
I
And
mean,
he literally said that he didn't know it.
of course. I mean,
That
like,
he didn't
yeah.
know that Harry Potter was problematic at
A
all.
lot of people didn't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I could say it's because I'm an ex Harry Potter fan with the emphasis on the X. And I knew it was problematic long before JK outed herself as a transphobe, I know, but I didn't blame people for not knowing or not noticing, especially maybe because most of them don't even read the books because like a lot of things get filtered in the movies.
Yeah. I haven't read the books either, so
Yeah, you're so lucky. You told me that you're never a Harry Potter fan.
yeah, I just kind of like the first movie when I was very young, but that's it.
Can I say
So
how
yeah.
lucky you are to not be
Yes,
feel
I
betrayed
am.
by yeah, so I was one of those people who realized that it's problematic, but I never really blame the people who never noticed because like it's a media, it's a piece of storytelling medias. And what do medias do? Like they mess with our minds. They make things that actually unacceptable become acceptable. For examples like love potions, there's essentially dead rape drugs, and how JK literally become one of the rape apologists. Voldemort's mother drugged his father and all that, and
And she
Cho
called it a love
Chang,
potion.
yeah, she called it a love
What?
potion. It's
That's
literally
sick.
like when she knows if we're backwards, if a male wizard were to give it to a female wizard, it would be called rape and assault. She knew because it's never been a wizard giving it to a witch. It's always the witches drugging wizards, the man. And
Yeah.
she treated it like a joke. Basically,
Yeah,
like
that's very, very sick.
bottom line, I knew back then it was problematic. But
But I can imagine that some people don't realize that easily
yeah,
because it
because
was already a
that's
very famous thing,
that's how it works, like medias, they shape your minds.
especially if they are world famous and
Of
people believe
course.
that if something is very famous and
And
very much loved by many people, then it must be good. But no.
no, it's not. There are a lot of problems. Like if you really look at it, I mean, she made me hate Cho Chang, who's an Asian. I didn't realize that she's shaping me to hate the only character probably who looks like me.
I guess because she is very stereotypical.
Yeah. So I didn't blame Sebastian Croft. And back then, when Harry Potter got a big break, there wasn't that money available information on the internet on what's problematic and not. Maybe like if it came out as a new series nowadays, like it would be a problem. A lot of things would be a problem within Harry Potter universe if it only came out today. Like I can mention a lot
Yes.
of bloggers talking about all the tropes, but no. So yeah, so I didn't blame him for not knowing. Like people literally give him some slack.
Yeah, and I can sympathize with him, especially because he's around my age, and I I didn't know that at the time. 3 years ago, I didn't know about J.K. Rowling's problematic things, and maybe I would have said yes to such an opportunity too if I had one.
Of course, like who wouldn't say no? I mean, you didn't know if the series were problematic and it's such a big name and you're new in the industry and you got the opportunity, like who would say no?
At 17 years old, he must have been happy to have this chance.
But let's look at it. Let's look how these people,
Yeah,
the
I read the comments,
the
and
all the mean
basically
things.
everybody's judging him.
He once sold a T-shirt with gay dinosaurs on, claiming queer was always here and that to be an ally requires a follow through more than just saying you're an ally. Funny that he apparently also wants to support a massive villain to the LGBTQ community by. I think he's Starboom replied, I think he's actually part of the community itself. One time at a fanny shop with a rainbow flag pin on his suit. This is not the pen, of course, just basic specification on the comments. What
I
one
saw
can
this
be,
comment too.
yeah, so basically, like, I remember this comment, they are accusing him or on being a fake trans ally.
Yeah.
It's very
Even though
typical
he
for
said
cis
that
men to be,
he's
yeah, he literally said that um he believed wholeheartedly like trans women are women and trans men are men, like he is what people say. People said he was straight when it's actually not. I'm confused. Sebastian's always looked like a supportive person, just like the Horror Stopper cast, in which one of the actresses is a trans woman and they're all good friends. So, like, we're to me again not bringing any of the AFK or trans friends, both, of course. I know these things are popularly said and they're self justifying and bad. That's not what I mean. Just it's weird to me since he, like the others, look like someone who's sensitive to these topics, having been a queer show with good trans rep as well. ADC, etc., etc., in all these circumstances. It's very typical for cis men to be transphobic, so it's not surprising as common gay men being misogynistic.
that comment
That
is just so stupid. Sorry.
there's a good chance he was just taking work. Yeah, of course. If you need a job,
Yes.
especially in the entertainment industry, you have to take what you can get. I don't know how well known he is or what his success is, but sometimes you can afford to have morals. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like the same person. If JKR doesn't make money, her name is such as it heavily is young actor, but he can make a statement. Unless he does, I'm not gonna believe he's supporting. Well, he already made a statement. He doesn't support her.
Yeah, and all these people just
Well,
read
that's
the
silly.
title of the
He's
yeah.
been vocal about how he doesn't support her. Yes.
Yeah.
I heard someone call this comfort game where we are doomed. Well, yeah, I don't wait. I don't relate. I don't relate to those people. Oh, this one. Do you think he'd be willing to support and make money off someone who literally wants to unalive one of his Heartstopper co-stars? It's insane. I liked him, but I don't know if I can anymore.
Um
Um, I couldn't do Emma coworker friend anymore. It's such a shame. I hope Yasmin other kicks his ass. Wow. I bet she did
these
not.
comments are even violent.
Yeah, I bet on all my, I don't know, money, whatever books. I bet she did not. I'm sure, like,
Yeah, I think
probably.
they have discussed this months before the
I
announcement.
think I think even Yasmin didn't know before 2020 that GKR was transphobic,
Yeah,
because I didn't
nobody
know.
did.
For real, he's not even in the graphic novels, like, at all after the first one. That's it, the fans stands fall to Honisoba in season 2, and they always he would never return. It's a backlash. His story was shit and was over. Just leave it by that. Hansi had only 5 minutes screen time, nothing to need more explore, but his character story wouldn't. Oh, yeah, okay, but yeah, I don't think it's because Yasmin kicked his ass. No, she's not gonna do that. I'm sure, like, she's a compassionate person, unlike all these trolls. So, this post is such a bad setup. You clear to mention the fact that it has been in development since 2017 and just a true openly queer young man to the wolves with this instant clickbait article. Yes. Yes,
Yes, finally
shame
someone.
on you, Pink News.
Honestly, Pink News should make an apology for this, but
I
I
I
don't think
don't
they
think
will.
I don't think they will. I did see that they link his apology somehow in this article. I don't know, maybe it's disappeared only for 24 hours, but they never posted to their feed. Oh, like you use that image of a character to use his name and prosecute for everyone to kill and best their senseless hatred against him. You apply bullying to a person who has supported the community just to generate likes and confidence how fake they are. Yeah, I agree.
Me too. They are so young, and maybe they will hate that they are famous because of that, and disappear instead of continuing their careers,
Yeah,
because bullying can be extremely traumatic, especially online, because as we see, some people are even saying violent things. So this is why people can just say anything.
like when folks have a real reason to be mad at a heads-up or actor. No, how is this a real reason?
A real reason, and they don't even know
I
the
mean,
details.
disappointed if like you've been clickbaited by a big account like this. Like if you're disappointed, I mean, I get it. I mean, that's what I'd feel too. I mean, like, but if I didn't know his apology, like I would be sad, I would be disappointed, but that doesn't mean I will curse him to live in misery for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's
No.
ridiculous. Like when I first saw this article, I also got mad a little bit and disappointed, but then I instantly thought that there must be more to this, like more that we don't know.
Like look how foul these people are. Like Ben Hope said trans life don't matter. Well, he's not Ben Hope. His name is Sebastian. Ben Hope is a fictional character. Learn to separate fiction from reality.
Yes,
Well
thank you.
said, Rosie Carlyle. Oh, this is a very good point from OG Wuji. Wow, big news. Awesome reporting by singling out actor as clickbait in your post to get people reading your article and to get traffic. Did you contact his representative or come to him directly as you follow him? You hardly mention him in your article, yet use his name and Heartstopper to advertise your article. You do realize how foul some of your commenters are. Yeah, they're very foul. This is a blatant clickbait for views and feels you actually don't care about the actual issues here. Yeah, they don't care. They
Yeah,
just want to get some boost. Shame you on
and
big news. Leave him the F alone. It's probably never enrolling views at the time of recording. It was just a kid. Yeah.
yeah,
Did Joe Locke block you? Big news. Good for him. Yeah. Go Joe Locke. I really hope he did. Disgusting journalism at its best. Pink news. Getting people to hate on a young queer actor for doing his job. I'm glad that a lot of people called him out.
yeah, me too.
And I've noticed like some really mean comment. I think like they deleted it, but I've got it. I've got it screenshot. Wait. Yeah, I'm tired of being outraged when people do this kind of shit. I'm done with him and I hope he ends up on the streets. Wow.
Oh, I saw this too. Oh, I thought it was too much. It's
Yeah,
just evil.
to actually wish for someone to go homeless. I mean, it's a serious, like being homeless is not a joke. So here's how other people respond to their comment. Look at this. Natalie, no, I hope you're joking, right? With the amount of queer people on the streets already. I do not wish for another person to join. I wonder how you would feel if someone said that to you. Yeah, I mean, it's a serious, to be homeless is not.
Yeah, it's just extremely evil to say that to a queer person, especially.
I mean, like it's scary, being disowned or get thrown out because you're queer. And
Yeah,
like, see, they said, I truly do not care. He deserved to be without a penny on the streets and unable to get work. All this, this sends several triggers down my spine. So does every developer on that game, and so does J.K. Rowling. His family are millionaires. If that would ever happen.
yeah, someone has logic.
Disgusting. You don't get to wish someone to end up on the streets because you don't agree with the career choice they made, which is none of your business and not yours to criticize. They said, I don't care. J.K. Rowling and her works are transphobic, anti-Semitic, and associate racist to multiple groups. It's not like it's a secret. He's open about it, and he still actively decided to work with her. So I'm done. He knows damn well this is cool and still made this choice. He doesn't need this job. He works for Netflix on one of the most popular shows currently. Call me dramatic all you want, but I'm not supporting or rooting for a person who claims to be an ally, but works for people who want me and the rest of my community dead. No, he made a choice to work for an active bigot who wants my community destroyed. Well, I think they're a trans person, so since they're a trans person, I'm gonna leave you to comment on this one.
I think what they are saying is extreme, and even if Sebastian did something truly questionable, still no one should wish for him to become homeless.
And
And
penniless.
yeah, even if you're a trans person, because then you are basically doing to him what J.K. Rowling is doing to us, wishing us
Yeah.
dead and disadvantaged and all kinds of evil shit. This is
Yeah.
the example when a person just becomes what they hated the most.
And like they said, like he doesn't need this job because he works on Heartstopper, but actually he took this job 3 years ago when there was no
Yeah,
Heartstopper. So,
yeah. I think they got casted for Heartstopper way later.
and he's already recorded his parts back then, the voice. It was done
Yeah,
3 years ago. Let's Don't forget to note that these comments were made before the clarification that Sebastian made January 15. So I think Pink News is still the one to blame of all these people
yeah,
harassing Sebastian.
definitely.
If Pink News had contacted Sebastian first or attached his clarification about how he took a job in a Harry Potter game, maybe like there's still a chance, like there's still a bold chance they wouldn't be like as angry if they had attached more explanations as to why he took that
Yes,
role.
maybe.
So
But I just saw someone on Bookstagram who said that the apology is bullshit. I don't have any faith in these trolls. And by the way, this person I saw who said that it was bullshit was also a trans person. And trans people just, I don't know, justify to say anything evil about him because they trans, but I'm trans too, and I try to not judge him instantly because there's no point if it was not bad intentions, and I don't know if these contracts can be resigned, but I don't think so,
yeah, they
especially
cannot.
if they already recorded the
I've heard about these contracts like in Hollywood and entertainment medias. If the actor want to broke the contract, like they must pay to the studio
Yeah,
a compensation, because I heard the similar
yeah,
thing about Brad Pitt in Interview with a Vampire, the 1994 movie. Basically, he couldn't stand the makeup process because they had to hang him upside down so they could draw veins over, make him look like a vampire. Like, he didn't enjoy it. He hated it. And then he asked, I don't know, his agents, how much would it cost to get me out of this? And it cost like a few $1 million at a time. Brad Pitt, like, so if Sebastian were to get out of this, like he want to break the contract, he would have to pay the studio.
yeah. I
I
thought
don't
so.
I think like it would be like a huge amount of money for a game this big.
Yeah, and I don't blame him if he doesn't want to pay it or can't pay it. So
And I thought that what happened to Kid Connor will make people recontemplate about bullying young celebrities on
I
the
didn't have
internet or
I
use
didn't have
any.
such hopes.
Oh, you're
They
being
they do the
more.
same thing. They do the same thing every time. Like there's this slightly or not slightly or anything controversial event or questionable anything. Like a famous person said one questionable sentence and they jump on them
Yeah, on
instantly.
the
Yeah,
bandwagon hate, the
cancel.
cancel culture.
Yes, cancel culture, yes. It's because they are very famous, and the more famous you are, the more people are going to jump on anything you say. And this is why this is a kind of different topic, but I always say that starting an acting career as a child or as a very young person can be dangerous, and these people must be supported and supervised.
But let's look at this person. I think I finally picked a nice comment out of 1,000 hit. Lee Moo 2143. I am trans. I never doubted your allyship for a moment. JK hurt and shocked a lot of us when your true colors were shown. So much love. I was to you and yours. Oh, I'm glad. You all. He's 21. He was 18 when he signed. A lot of the major large scale things we know now didn't happen until mid 2020. That, yeah, they're right.
Yeah, so
18,
true.
while an adult is still young, and to be given a role in a franchise as big as Harry Potter is amazing when you're still fresh. He's grown up. Let him be. Thank you for your honesty. I know you're in a tricky position, and a lot of the response has been angry, but I'm glad that hasn't shaken your allyship. And I hope you know that you're loved and respected. There's a lot of hurt right now, and hard to know who's truly an ally.
Yeah, that's true.
Once again, people went to a reactive erect mode before pausing to consider that may not have all the facts. Yes, you have not deserved the vitriol coming your way.
Well, people could improve themselves and try to learn more facts before jumping on a bandwagon and judging someone. And big news companies like Pink News shouldn't make a clickbait out of
Yeah,
a
especially like
young
the big
actor.
accounts, like
Yeah,
they're the whistleblowers. They could move crowds, they could shape other people's views because people trusted them and believe them as a source. I think
yeah,
that's a power, and nowadays, and that's a power. I think like in a communities like this,
yeah,
it's worse if they are actually aware and they still choose to do harm.
yeah, and they choose not to consider
The
the other
consequences.
side.
So bottom line is I think like we should pause and reconsider if we have all the facts before throwing shades at someone. We also need to be more selective for what kind of content that we follow, what kind of source we follow. Because imagine being so angry about this news that it probably ruined someone's day. Because I know that Harry Potter is very triggering to some people. And then a few days later, you've got the clarification that it's not all that you think. So we have to be wiser as a community, especially because we are a marginalized community.
Yeah, and people very often take our words out of context, queerness in a bad light, and we shouldn't do this to our fellow queer people.
Yeah, because if we're not supporting them, then who will?
We're forced to. to make a clarification. They were forced by trolls. But in Sebastian's case, it's kind of more understandable because it's about Harry Potter. But what happened to Kid Connor, that's
Yeah,
even
it's so
more questionable.
awful.
And we should focus our rage and energy into something that will build the community.
We should hate the people who are truly transphobic, like J.K. Rowling. And it's understandable if some people want to boycott the game, but
Yeah,
hating
I
on
know.
Sebastian is not okay.
Hi everyone, this is our first reaction video. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments. We hope to continue to improve and bring you more queer contents. Bye!